What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Okay, so just gonna holler at y'all real quick. I think it's about 5, so we're about 2.5 hours before game game 4 tip off. Um, talk about a few things, just share some thoughts about a few things. First off, one of the biggest things that's been discussed over the last 40 hours or so since the completion of game 3 is Wemby dirty. I actually find it hilarious and embarrassing how many people my age and in my age range are trying to call Wemby dirty. That shit is insane to me. It's crazy. This dude is 7 feet 5, 6 inches, right? And he probably, if he weighs 220 pounds, he's barely 220 pounds. Barely. Come on, bro. Come on. Like, if that's who you gonna cry about being dirty and he's being overly physical, I'm looking at you away. If you out there on that court, do something about it. Bruh is about as big as this pole, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Like I was telling some of my partners, man. Look, man. Wemby has a mentality. It was brought up. Some of my partners brought up. He's mentally soft. I said, well, I'm not gonna call him soft. I'm not putting soft on him. I've called Cat soft in his career, and it's been true. I've called AD soft. It's been true. I said Amari got soft over time. Blake got soft. LaMarcus Aldridge got soft. Jaren Jackson Jr. is soft. You know what I'm saying? I know what a soft big man looks like. Wemby is not soft. He's not soft. Now, they went back and they clarified. They said he's mentally not matured yet. He's 22. He's 22. One of my bros, he's a Laker fan. He was like, he brought up Kobe being 21 in his first finals. That's the Mamba, bro. That's the Mamba. There's only one. We see Mamba-like mentality in Brunson and Wemby, in other players. There's only one though. There's only one. And Bean was born with something. He developed something more. It just became something incredible, something crazy. I don't know what just happened. It looked like my time just restarted. I have no idea. I don't know. Is that something about reconnecting? Then some time restarted. So I don't know. I have no clue what just happened. I hope all of this is good. But Wemby and soft, I can't put them two together. Wemby's not soft. Will I say he's not fully developed mentally yet? Of course. He has that right to be. He's 22. Bro went and sat with some monks, man. Only reason he didn't get in contact with Cole the way he did Hakeem, the way he did KG, Crawford, is because he couldn't. If he could have, he would have got in contact with Cole. You know what I'm saying? Because he studied Cole. Everybody's physical with Wemby, man. Everybody gets physical with Wemby. So him embracing being a villain, him not giving a damn who you are. If you ain't Spurs, it's fuck you. And him saying, I'm gonna take this shit to y'all the same way y'all bringing it to me. I love it. I love it. I love Amon Shumpert. First off, it's just always good to see a real nigga, get his opportunity. You know what I'm saying? I don't always agree with Stephen A. Smith. I don't always like how Stephen A. Smith does things. At times, I feel like the worst part about First Take could be Steve Smith and some of his antics. Just the fact that he's admittedly so very calm and laid back and chill in real life, but he turns into this character on TV. And hey, I'm pretty sure Stephen A could teach me about why he has to do certain things, this and that. Biggest thing I don't like that he do is I feel like he a closet Cowboy fan that tries to act like he hates the Cowboys, but he really be on some fuck shit with the Cowboys on how he rides they nuts and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what I really don't like. But he does do a lot of extra shit. But at the same time, what I absolutely love, appreciate, and salute Stephen A for is because he really gives us an opportunity. If the work has already been put in and in place, he gives you that opportunity. And having Shump on there is big because Shump know basketball, man. Shump has a very high basketball IQ, and he does his thing, and he does it extremely well. I love hearing Shump talk basketball, man. He's becoming one of my favorite basketball analysts. He just he does it in a passionate way that's also from the player's perspective, that it's relatable, but it's informative. It's extremely informative, and I fuck with it. I fuck with it. And Shump, a guard. He loved the fact that Wemby ain't taking no shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it was wild. It was crazy. But here's the thing. If you don't see it in real time and call the flagrant right there, or call the personal and then maybe review it right there and take a moment to see all the angles and the replays and then decide in real time, okay, this is a flagrant one, shut the fuck up about it. Shut the fuck up about it. We're not going to keep talking about it. It's been 5 plays. It's the next quarter. It's after the game. It's the next day. It's before the next game. It's during the next game. Bro, shut the fuck up about it. Refs fucked up. They missed the call. It should have at least been a personal in real time that they then took time to review to see if they gonna upgrade it to a flagrant. And if they would have upgraded it to a flagrant in real time, cool. I'm cool with it as long as it was a flagrant one. Not because I don't want him to get a flagrant 2 where then he's suspended for a game in the finals and it fucks up the final. No, because I don't think it was a flagrant 2. He's 7'5", Brunson 6'2". He just pushed him. And I guarantee you, Brunson would have been ready for it and had a chance to brace with his low base. It wouldn't have even been that bad. Because Brunson's probably stronger than Wemby. Like, he's not dirty. Okay, he threw an elbow. Bro, do y'all see the shit that be happening to him? He takes a fucking beating out there too. And it probably hurts because he all skin and bones. Shaq used to say the shit would hurt him when he get beat up. And Shaq was the biggest, strongest motherfucker ever. So of course that shit's gonna hurt Wemby. So Wemby just he giving it back to you. I don't have no problem with that. You want to know how I handle that? If I'm Rick Brunson, Mike Brown, if I'm a person on the Knicks team, Alvarado said he got one, he won't get another. Alvarado probably the most bouted nigga on that squad. And ain't that plays too. Cause like I said, if we go back and look at my videos from the Minnesota series. I said you gotta send Joe Ingles. McDaniel can't do it. He's too important. You gotta Naz Reid can't do it. They're expecting that. It happened to him. You gotta send somebody who actually gets in the game. Because if it's somebody who doesn't play, as soon as they get ready to check in, the refs are on alert. Ingles barely gets in the game. He would be the one to have to do it though. Well, guess what? Alvarado gets in the game a lot more than Ingles do for Minnesota. Let Alvarado go get him. I'm pretty sure Alvarado will take that trade off. You know what I'm saying? Perknell was saying, somebody had 6 fouls. Man, fuck 6 fouls. I just need you to go in here and hit this nigga 2 good times. You feel me? That's how you handle that situation. Like Shump said, if we see that shit, we letting the refs know. Y'all not gonna do nothing about it? All right, bet. So when we do something about it, y'all don't need to do nothing about that either. It's that simple. That's how the shit gets handled, bro. That's how the shit gets dealt with. But all this crying and shit, yes, I do agree. The calls have been a bit lopsided. To see that second half free throw number, that shit was crazy. I admit. I've gone back and replayed. I didn't go back and replay game 3. I haven't had time. But I went back and replayed games 1 and 2. Game 2 was crazy, and game 3 I saw in real time was a bit crazy. So yeah, the reffing hasn't been that great. But guess what? We knew that shit coming in. I don't know if we knew necessarily it would be so lopsided to the Spurs, but here's another thing that I thought of that I wanted to share. If you out there, you really believe the NBA is so ready for Wemby to be the face and for Wemby to take over and for Wemby to do this and do that and become the champion right now, if you think that that is so much the case, that the NBA is trying to cheat the New York Knicks out of a championship, you are fucking dumb. You're fucking retarded. And I mean that from the depths of my soul. Because guess what? The NBA is looking at Wemby and they're saying the long run. They're seeing the fact that, okay, he got here this year, he might lose. Cool. Even though you can never say what's going to happen tomorrow, especially in sports, especially in the NBA, easy come can be easy gone. The majority of us, Spurs fans, non-Spurs fans, Wemby fans, non-Wemby fans, just NBA fans, the majority of us truly believe wholeheartedly the San Antonio Spurs and Victor Wembanyama, they are here for the long haul. Over the next decade, they're going to be a fucking problem. They're going to contend each and every year like they did with Duncan, and Wemby's going to at least have the opportunity to win about 5 after this. 3 to 5 minimum after this. We all believe that. We all believe it. So do you really believe the NBA wants so much to get him going right now? They finally got the Knicks back in the finals. The Knicks ain't been this far since 99. They weren't supposed to get there then. They ain't had a legitimate shot at winning it since 94. They haven't won it since 73. This is 2026. We are not seeing nothing like we're seeing what's been going on in New York City for the past week or two. Especially the past few days. The NBA sees that too. So if you really think the NBA is out here trying to make sure Wemby beats the Knicks, you're fucking stupid. Now, if you want to say that maybe they just want to make sure it's a competitive 7-game series, maybe. I'm of the strong belief the only thing that I believe 100% has been rigged in the NBA over the past 20 years, 30 years, has been the lottery. I have what I feel is proof that the lottery has been rigged, and it's been right there in front of our face the whole fucking time. Other than that, I'm not trying to hear shit about no playoffs. I don't give a fuck about no corrupt refs, betting scandals, what the commissioner wants, this and that. I kind of also believe Stern probably made Jordan walk away for a minute, you know what I'm saying, so he wouldn't have to do what he had to do. I kind of believe that. But when we talking about just straight rig shit, because y'all love bringing up that rig shit with the NBA, but you just don't say shit about the NFL. Like, this shit ain't all the same, and there's more fucking billionaires and multi-millionaires involved, more Illuminati type motherfuckers involved in the NFL than there is in the NBA. Come on, bro, get the fuck out of here, bro. But anyway, the NBA, Adam Silver basically said it before Game 3. Y'all just saw Game 3 was the highest Game 3 of the finals viewed since 98. Jordan last Game 3. This is big business for the Knicks to be here. So yeah, I definitely get wanting to make sure it comes back to New York for Game 6 and possibly a Game 7, just because that's as far as it can go. But we definitely want to get them 3 games in New York. I get that. I never wanted it to be a sweep. I said when New York went up 2-0, I felt it could be a sweep, and it would be a sweep because at the time, this was prior Trump. I didn't feel like New York could lose at the Garden. But I also said in between games 2 and 3, New York can lose because Trump gonna fuck up everybody feng shui. He gonna fuck up the mood, and he did. We still got a great game, a game that I said would be great, right? I do feel this game this has also been historical finals, for the fact that I think these first 3 games have been historic in the sense of I think it's only like the 3rd time in the series that all road teams won the first 3 games. Also, only the 3rd time in different instances, or maybe 5th, that all 3 games have been played within 1 possession in the last 5 minutes, which is clutch time. Game 1, of course, was a 10-point victory by the Knicks. Game 2, I believe they won by 1, and Game 3, the Spurs won by 4. So right now, it's Knicks +7 through 3 games. And I think tonight the Knicks are only like a 1.5 favorite. Same way I think they were in Game 3. I think they were just like a 1.5 favorite. I get all that. I also know we gonna get a blowout at some point. And right now we can just call 12 points a blowout. Now could 12 points also still be another clutch game? Could it still be within 5 points in the last 5 minutes and then it balloons to 12? It could. But it also, could be 20 and then it gets cut to 12. But I just picked 12 because that would make it the biggest win of the series so far. And I think it'll be the Knicks. I think the Knicks go up 3-1. The Spurs win Game 5 to force a Game 6 back in the Garden. And the Knicks finish it in 6, how I originally predicted. And I hope that one is a classic. I don't know. We'll have to see how tonight and Saturday plays out before I can say that. But Wemby's not dirty, bro. The league is not trying to make sure Wemby and the Spurs win this year. Now, do they want to see Wemby get suspended? No, they don't. But if Wemby fucks up and he gets suspended, he gets suspended. And if he gets a flagrant 2, he'll get suspended. If he gets 2 more flagrant 1s, which I don't think that'll happen, he'll get suspended. They didn't upgrade this one to a flagrant 1. I have no problem with it because if you wanted to make it a flagrant 1, you should have did it in real time. Is that simple? So I have no problem with how this shit was ruled. Just like I knew he wasn't going to get suspended for the Minnesota shit, I did believe he should have got fined heavily for the Minnesota shit. That was a surprise. So I get why people pushing the narrative. And again, I've never liked the Spurs. I've never rooted or cheered for the Spurs. The only reason I went for the Spurs in their previous finals was because 3 of them was against LeBron, especially the Heat LeBron, but even in 07, so I just didn't feel like they should have got there. So 3 of them was against LeBron. And I'm trying to think. I remember telling y'all before the series when I rooted for them. Oh yeah, in '99 it was against New York, and I couldn't stand New York in '99. Those are the only reasons I went for the Spurs in the finals. You know what I'm saying? I think I went for Jersey and Detroit because we had just beat Jersey. I wanted Kid to get one, so I know I went for Jersey. And with Detroit, they had just whooped our ass, so I don't remember if I wanted them to get it again or if I wanted the Spurs to get our payback. I don't remember. But I know for a fact I went for the Spurs in 13, 14, 07, and 99. But I mean, other than that, I ain't never wanted to see them get here. I ain't never went for them in no regular game. I don't fuck with the Spurs. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Laker fan that was born in 87, been a Laker fan since 95. Been in love with the Lakers since like 98, 99. Like, the Spurs have been our biggest rival. In my time as a Laker fan, being on this earth, not the Celtics, it's been the Spurs. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't never gave a fuck about the Spurs, but I love this game, and I know that my Lakers not in it. I gotta either pick a side or just pick great basketball. I picked a side off of a feeling saying Knicks because I felt it was too much being pushed towards the other way. And I know if it was Knicks Thunder, everybody would have been on the Thunder, and the Thunder probably be up 2-1 right now. But that's neither here nor there. Spurs took care of their ass. I just want a great series. I wanted to go 7. I picked Knicks in 6 because I felt that in my gut, but I wanted to go 7. I've never gone for the Knicks a day in my life unless Carmelo was wearing that jersey. If Melo wasn't in that Knicks jersey wearing that number 7, stay Melo, I ain't give a fuck about the Knicks. I damn sure didn't give a fuck about them before with you and them, um, Marbury and them after. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't give a fuck about the Knicks, but that energy, bro, for somebody as passionate as I am, for somebody who loves basketball the way I do, that energy is amazing. I know me and at least a few other Laker fans who we going for the Knicks. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't because the Spurs have been our biggest rival. It's just because, bro, first off, you just kind of want to see New York City get that shit. You just kind of want to see them fans get that shit. And it's like, I fuck with Big Body. I fuck with Brunson. You know what I'm saying? I love this version of Cat. You would have asked me 2 months ago, I didn't give a shit about Cat. You know what I'm saying? I didn't, you know what I'm saying? But I love this version of Cat. So yeah, I'm fucking with the Knicks, man. I'm fucking with the Knicks. Now, let's say they lose tonight and it's 2-2. I still think the Knicks can get in a 6. However, I would say if they lose tonight, it's going 7. Because I think then not only is a heavy amount of pressure on the Knicks gonna fuck around and go from being up 2-0 to down 3-2. Because I feel the Spurs are gonna win 5. They're gonna win game 5. Knicks gonna win game 6. And I'm taking that before game 4. I'm taking that regardless. I said Knicks win game 1. I was right. I said Spurs win game 2 because I felt they had to. I didn't necessarily believe they would, but I just felt they had to. I was wrong. Cool. I said Knicks should win game 3, but because of Trump, they could lose it. I did go ahead and still take them. I was wrong. Spurs got it. Cool. So I'm 1-2 technically on my picks. Technically, I'm 1-2 as far as my game picks, right? Spread wise, I think I'm 2-1. I'm gonna take the Knicks tonight. And then I'm gonna take the Spurs in 5, and I'm gonna take the Knicks in 6, unless something drastic happens to change that. And that's either gonna be the Knicks winning in 6 or the Knicks forcing it to 7, and then we'll see. But I'm just tired of hearing all the crying about the refs. So I really do hope the refs do a better job tonight because I don't want to hear that bullshit. The Knicks are due to get a game that's going to be called in their favor, so you would think game 4 or game 6 would be that game. We'll see. Game 4s usually have huge moments from big-time players. Is Wemby going to shut the Garden up and put the fear of God in everybody in New York and go off tonight for one of them epic games? I think when it comes to him, we'll know by mid-first quarter because we know that's his trend. But I think Brunson's due for a game too. He didn't shoot great in game 3, but he shot the best he shot in game 3. So I think if he continues that trend where he's going up, whether it's game 4 in New York, game 5 in San Antonio, or game 6 in New York, Brunson is due to have one of them MVP-like moments. The gap has been closed between him and Cat. I still say through 3, Cat leads MVP. But it's been closed. And if we're being honest, Wemby leads MVP for me right now. If I'm just looking at my grading system, I think right now I got Big Body graded at like a high B minus, Cat at a low B minus, and Wemby's at like a B right now through 3 games. That's because Cat just had a horrible game, and I'm not putting Cat's horrible game more on Brunson than I am Cat and Mike Brown. It's on Cat and Mike Brown before it's on Brunson. Brunson took 25 shots. Whoop-de-fucking-do. That's what Brunson gonna do. And if I'm the Knicks, I'm gonna live. I lived and died with him getting us here. I'm living and dying with him, like whatever the fuck gonna be. And if that means he gonna take 25 to 30 plus shots every night, so fucking be it. So fucking be it. Because guess what? He can get up that many shots with them running the Cat Scan Warriors offense. Because Cat ain't looking to shoot. Cat, I said, you got to get your 12 to 15. You can't do this 7 to 9 shit. Can't even do 11. You need to be closer to 15. You know what I'm saying? And I do think Cat gonna come out. They're gonna make it an emphasis early. So I think Cat will get his shots tonight. But the ball could just be in his hands more, where he can still get his 15 or so. Big body still get his 20 plus, 25 plus. Maybe Big Body should be more efficient because he's off the ball. When he's dribbling it, you know what I'm saying, he do got all, 5 sets of eyes on him. I don't care. I don't care. The only thing Brunson did wrong to me was he had 5 bad turnovers. Y'all know I'm not huge on turnovers. It's about the how, the when, the where of the turnovers with me. He had 5 terrible ones. I didn't like Brunson's turnovers in game 3. And he spoke on that. He said that that's really the number one thing. He said he's played better and he's played worse. And he's right. He said the worst thing he did, though, was he got to give his teammates an opportunity. He can't be turning over the ball. And I agree. I don't give a fuck about the shots. I don't give a fuck about the dribbles. Did he over dribble a bit? Yeah, so what? So did Chris Paul, so did Steve Nash. I get it, they didn't win championships. Fucking John Stockton won championships. I mean, I don't give a shit. No, he didn't. I'm tripping. John Stockton didn't win no fucking championships. But I don't give a shit, man. I don't give a shit about Brunson dribbling the ball. I will say though, they did get here over the previous 13 games of letting Cat be more of the facilitator at the top of the key, playing Brunson more off the ball. So I do think they'll get back to that tonight. I do think that is a good formula to stick to. But you got to understand, a lot of that shit, you think they just woke up and decided they wanted to switch that shit up? No. A lot of that shit is reactive. That's what basketball is about. Basketball is a game of reacting. And like I told y'all, the Spurs got 6 niggas that's all built the same way. And they did that shit on purpose. Carter Bryant, Devin Vassell, Julian Champagnie, Steph Castle. I'm going to try to just call him Steph. He said only his mama called him Stephon. So Steph Castle, Dylan Harper, and Keldon Johnson. All 6 of them niggas are between 6'5" and 6'7". All 6 of them niggas are between 210 and 220. All of them. 6 niggas that play. 6 niggas that play. I didn't even put Harrison Barnes, who's 6'8", 230 in that shit. Like, them 6 niggas who's a part of their rotation. Those 6 niggas are a part of their top 8. All of them are built the same exact way. And it's best for them to have 4 of them on the court at the same time. And 2 of them being Harper and Castle. And then from there, you just decide. The Vassell got it going, boom. Champagnie hitting, boom. What Fox doing, boom. You know what I'm saying? But it's their best lineup. People talk about getting Wemby off the 5, play him at the 4, play him at the 3. Yes, he's a 7'5" dude who has guard-like skills. You can't just play him at the 3, though. You can't do it. Unless you got some hella 5 motherfuckers in there to be your 4 and 5. And with the personnel of their team, they're gonna make their best runs. They're going to play their best basketball when they have at least 3 of those 6 guys I named on the court at the same time. And when it's 3, guess what? The other 2 are gonna be Wemby and Fox. So when they go 4, that means you're taking Fox off the court. Because Wemby's going to be on there. If we're talking about their best chances, their best lineups, their best runs, their best opportunities. They got to have 3 of them 6. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, 2 of them got to be Castle and Harper. Then the third one is whoever playing the best. It might be Vassell. You know what I'm saying? That'll be my pick most of the time, unless Champagnie is on. If Champagnie is on, I stayed away from his props tonight, but Champagnie could have a big one. Remember I said that, because he hasn't had a big one since the first half of game 1. And, this is against his home squad. You know what I'm saying? He could have a big one. Jordan Clarkson, people not talking about what my boy did last game. They lost, but they got some big minutes from Clarkson. That's just another guy that they know they can trust. Alvarado gives them big minutes regardless of what the box score says, just from his presence, his pressure, and what he does on the court. his demeanor and everything he brings. Shamit will not have 2 bad games in a row. That's the first bad game he didn't had in 2 months. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm taking the Knicks tonight. I think it could be big. I hope it's close. That'd be great. But I think it could be the biggest win of the series thus far. Hopefully the biggest. Hopefully we won't get used to having blowouts after having 3 great games. For the Spurs, Fox got to have a big one. I keep saying that he had a big one in game 2. He hit some timely. He had some timely moments in game 4 that helped him. I mean game 3 that helped him get the win. But at some point, Spurs winning is gonna have to be on the back of De'Aaron Fox having a game where he got 25 to 30 PRA. He ain't got to necessarily score 25 to 30, but he got to have like a 25 to 30 PRA, whether that's 15 points, 8 assists, 5 rebounds, or it's 20 points, 6 assists, 5 rebounds. You know what I'm saying? Or it is the 25-30, but still getting a 6+ assists. He got to have a 25 to 30 type PRA in a game for them to win at some point. We already know it's a given what Wemby got to do, and the trend with him has been first 6 minutes. We'll see. We'll know. My biggest thing with him is he got to get on the boards. He got to get on the boards more. The best rebounder in this series, the best 2 rebounders in this series, because for me to say series, I can't leave out Josh Hart. But in the last game, it was Dylan Harper. Like those 2 6'5" niggas have been the 2 best rebounders in this series. Because even Cat, he didn't, get on his shit. I do think Cat has a bounce back. I think he'll reach his PRA tonight. I want to say Brunson will reach his PRA. I'm not sure though. So I think the safe bet for Brunson will be his assist. Points possibly too, but assist. I could definitely see points because, like I said, I feel like either Brunson, Wemby, or Cat got to have that moment tonight. And I'm a bet that it's Brunson or Wemby. I think the focus for both teams is going to be on Cat. I think the Knicks are going to try to get Cat going because they know they need to. The Spurs going to know that the Knicks want to get Cat going. But I think Cat will still get going. I think he'll finally score in the 4th quarter. If that's a bet, take that. He'll finally score in the 4th quarter. But I think the big, like 28 to 30 plus, maybe even a 40-point night is gonna have to come from Brunson or Vic. And we'll see if it's gonna happen here in game 4. But yeah, man, I can't wait. I've been on here about 30 minutes, so that means it should be about 5:30, 5:40-ish. So we're less than 2 hours away. I'm gonna go in here, get to wind down a little bit, get ready, look for some more plays, and yeah. Take the under on 216.5. I'll holler at y'all. Appreciate you.